like a boss.
The first step is this. You gotta choose the right victim. You have to choose the right woman, right? I got this straight from the art of seduction. You can't choose a woman who's happy with her life. You can't choose a woman who has high self-esteem. You can't choose a woman who feels confident about her life, because there has to be a need. There has to be a need that hasn't been met in her life. Because if there hasn't been, if there's not a need in that woman, you can't fulfill that. In order to make a woman really fall in love with you and become obsessed with you, you have to find where she's vulnerable and become that source of validation for that vulnerability. The second one, send mixed signals. Make her feel as though she has you. Like, make her feel as though she has you and then take it away, all right? To make a woman fall in love with you, it's best to make her feel the loss of losing you. For example, have you ever noticed that when you're not needy, right? Let's say you feel good, nothing's wrong, right? But suddenly, you notice that a girl likes you. She sends you a text, hey, how are you? I want to hang out with you, right? Now you want to meet her, right? And now, because she likes you, you actually want to meet her. But then she texts you and says, you know what, we can't meet up. What happened here now? In the past, you didn't want to meet her, right? But because the opportunity came, you felt like you gained something. And now, now you lost her, what happens? Now you want her more. You want her more than you initially wanted her. Number three, have contrasting qualities. Don't just, if you're, for example, I'm a nice person, right? I have a very nice person kind of look. I look like a boy, like a young boy. So if you look like if you have the appearance of a nice young boy, you want to have an air of evil, an air of sexuality to you in order to give you that contrast. If you're a very masculine person, you want to have an air of femininity. So that it kind of balances out. Because when you're too masculine, it shows insecurity, because that's overcompensation. By having a balance of masculinity and femininity, it'll give you that air of, I could trust them. You see? It gives you contrasting quality. It makes you edgy. So if you're a very masculine person, have a spiritual side to you. And don't be obvious about your spiritual side. Be subtle. But communicate it in a subtle way. Number four, create a triangle of desire. Talk about other females you actually admire. For example, if she's a blonde who has a nice ass, talk about other females that you find attractive that have dark hair and nice titties and dark skin. Or talk about, it doesn't matter, but the point is that it has to be the total opposite of how she looks. Talk about another woman that looks the total opposite of how she looks, so that she can become her own competition. Right? Again, it doesn't have to be real. It could be someone it could be a celebrity. But the point is that by simply letting her know your type, right? And telling her that she's so hot, or that you admire her for this, it gives her a competition. Even better, if they're actually real female friends. Have female friends hang around you. You see? And when you have that, you create that little competition. Number five, inflict pain. Do not be afraid to inflict pain. Guys are afraid to inflict pain on a woman. Guys are afraid to actually offend them. Don't be afraid to do that. I'm not talking about doing it intentionally. I'm talking about when it naturally arises, do not be afraid to offend her. Alright? Because if you inflict pain, it means you also inflict pleasure. When you're not on her radar, when she doesn't like you, she becomes indifferent. She thinks of you as a nobody else. Right? Your compliments don't mean shit and your insults don't mean shit. But when you're able to inflict pain, she's going to back or rationalize that she likes you. Because by simply inflicting pain, it means that you also can alleviate her pain and bring pleasure. Bring pleasure. So by simply being okay with offending her, that shows the power that you have over her. Number six, the art of insinuation. Insinuation is all about planting insecurities at a subconscious level. For example, talking about let's say that she is not a passionate person, right? You subtly insinuate to her that you love people who are passionate. For example, I love women who are passionate, man. Like women who are going towards their goals, you know what I'm saying? And then changing the topic, all right? Talk about something that you know that she cannot meet during a conversation, and just say it, but then quickly change the topic. For example, if she has big tits but doesn't have a nice ass, say, damn, I love girls with nice hips, and then change the topic. Don't even let her elaborate on that topic. Why? Because by insinuating that you love girls who have large hips, right? And she knows that she doesn't have them. By changing the topic, you are just putting it as a seed in her subconscious mind. So that the next time that she thinks of it, randomly in the shower, she's going to say, holy shit, like, she's going to feel that insecurity. Number 7, set up challenges and barriers. You want to be able to make the relationship nice and spicy, all right? So a lot of the times things become too safe. So one of the, for example, like having sex, you can have sex in your room all the time and that's fine, right? But that's where most people have sex. If you want to have much better sex and give her an experience that she doesn't forget, have a friend go in the apartment and tell her we gotta have sex we gotta have quiet sex because my friend, he's in his room. You see, by setting that barrier of quiet sex, it gives you more of like, ooh, this is wrong. Ooh, shh, we can't do this. We gotta be quiet. You see, or having sex in a public place, we gotta be quiet. We can't let them see us. You see, like setting those intentional challenges because sometimes it gets too boring. So what I used to do is I actually made it difficult on her to have sex with me. So I made sure that there was some risk of being with me. So setting up challenges and barriers makes the interaction a lot better. You see what I'm saying? Number 8, create temptation. All right, literally enjoy teasing her. A lot of women are not tempted. Guys don't tempt women because they're so fucking thirsty. All right. So one of the things that I love to do, I really love to do this. I really just love teasing women. For example, I'll meet up with a girl, make it seem as I'm about to have sex with her, and then just literally leave. Just say, fuck that shit, I'm teasing you, girl, and leave. When you have an air of, this is all a game, women are gonna appreciate you. Women love being teased, especially when you're doing it intentionally as a game. Tease the girl because it makes the interaction so much better. You imagine that shit like saying, yeah, he came over and he just left. Why did he leave? He just said he wanted to tease me. He's actually enjoying teasing me, this motherfucker. You see? And that anger, the frustration, like this motherfucker is teasing me, makes them want you more. The next one is number 9, give thoughtful gifts. Don't just give a gift that you just give anyone else. Give a gift that's actually thoughtful. And this is something that's individual for each person. Listen to what the person is saying. Listen to what the person is saying. Listen to what the person loves. Listen to the things that they love that not a lot of people appreciate. Make the gift unique and creative to the point that they say, wow, I would have never thought about that. Wow, I didn't know you actually know this about me. The thing is, you'll find out. Go to her Facebook, go to her Instagram. It doesn't matter. You'll find out what the girl loves because everyone is individual and everyone leaves clues about what they want. The reason why giving them a good gift is important because it is. Remember what I said? Make them feel as though they have you. By giving a thoughtful gift, it's very complimentary. It makes them feel as though you're thinking of them. But then right after you give the gift, back off. That's a mixed signal. Giving a very thoughtful gift, it says, wow, I really, really like you. But then backing off confuses the girl. And that state of confusion is where you want to be because that enables you to actually influence them and change them and manipulate them. It's a crazy thing. It's one of the craziest things. Let me see. Take a step back. So, for example, learning how to take strategic step backs. For example, during the first stage of the relationship, you take step back, right? For example, you don't show interest in the beginning and all that sort of stuff. But a lot of guys make mistake that they only stop doing that during the beginning of the relationship. During each phase of the relationship, you want to be able, as you're going through the relationship, you want to be able to have little steps down and then go up, steps down, go up, down, up. Why? Because if you just have this is not real. This is not realistic. This is realistic. For example, he likes you, somebody loses interest. Then when somebody loses interest, the other partner gains interest. When the other partner gains interest, somebody else loses interest. Then the other partner loses interest and the other one gains interest. You see? You want to have this, and the only way to have that uppity down relationship where it inevitably goes higher is through taking step backs. For example, you show interest, for example, like in the beginning you don't show interest, but then like 6 months in, learn how to take one step back, but don't do it obvious. Do the subtle step backs. Number 11, disarm her with vulnerability. A lot of times, a lot of guys don't know how to use these tactics because they look very obvious, all right? So by showing vulnerability, which is to say showing a part of you that's weak, showing a part of you that you need help in, it enables her to see the real human in you. You see, so for example, a vulnerability that I have is my inability to control myself around women. I love women. So because of that, women know that I cannot control myself. So whenever I take a step back, it doesn't seem strategic because they know that my nature is an uncontrollable boy who cannot resist their beauty. So because of that, because they know I cannot control myself, they said to themselves, holy shit, this is no joke. He cannot do this consciously. You see? So it actually works even better. Be uncontrollable around her. Show that you cannot control yourself around her. Show that her beauty is too much for you. Like I said earlier, by being uncontrollable around her, by wanting her, by showing that you cannot resist her charm, is extremely charming. Everyone loves to be admired, adored, you see, praised. So by showing your inability to control yourself around her, it's very flattering. It shows weakness. It shows an inner child, right? And also, like I said earlier, it enables you to hide these tactics, because when you show that you cannot control yourself around her, like a child, because of her beauty, it will make everything that you do appear as always honest and spontaneous. Because if you cannot control yourself, that means that everything you do comes from the moment. And it's more adorable. I'm telling you, like, this is one of my things that I do that's actually fucking amazing how this works. Number 13, give them space. They fall in love with you when they're not around you. They realize they're in love with you once they see you once again, but that process happens when you're not around. It happens through their imagination. But if you're consistently around them, their imagination is not going to fill you up. So you have to give them space, back off. And once you back off, it enables them to actually think of you. And remember, your imagination, whenever there's a need, your imagination exaggerates the figment of that's going on in the present moment. So if they feel depressed and they start thinking of you because of depression, it's going to enhance how they view you. Alright? And so because it's going to enhance how they view you, because remember, you have to pick the right victim. You can't pick a happy person because they'll have something else to distract themselves with. But because you pick the right victim, by simply giving them space, you pursue, then give them space. It gives them time to actually process you and idealize you. Number 14, engage in their deepest narcissism. For example, everyone, the biggest form of flattery is what? Imitation. Everyone has an idealized perception of who they are. They will love you if you embody the idealized person that they are. For example, if you do yoga, if the girl loves yoga and she loves doing yoga, and her part of her identity is being a yoga person, like her fucking profile picture is doing yoga, it learns to enjoy yoga. Do yoga with her and actually show that you actually enjoy it. What's going to happen is that she's going to see, holy shit, you see, I was right. You see, I was able to help a person out. So now to her, you become more than just a person. You become that person that she knows, that you become that representation of the person who she is. And that's flattery. Number 15, don't let her take you for granted, all right? Use pain, pleasure, and absence in order for them to appreciate you. A lot of the times when relationship goes stale is because of overstimulation. Like I said earlier, back off. Let them appreciate you by giving them space and inflicting pain and pleasure. For example, breaking up with them and then taking them back, doing a preemptive breakup. If you feel like she's not appreciating you, break up with her. Say, look, man, I don't feel like this is going nowhere. Like, I'm not happy in this relationship anymore. I don't think we should see each other. Once you do that, she's going to feel the loss and need your validation. And then she's going to want to get the validation through and reinitiating what you guys once had. And the attraction she's going to feel afterwards is going to be even more than last time. Number 16, combine their passion with sex. For example, if you know that if you smoke weed, right? And no girl has ever had sex with you while smoking weed, and you do that, you're going to remember her because you engage in your passion with sex. Let's say you play basketball and you play one-on-one with your girl, right? And she fucking touches your dick while you're playing basketball. She does anything sexual, like touching your dick, teasing you and all that shit while people are around. You're mixing up what you really love with sex, and it causes that connection. For example, let's say that she plays the guitar. Find a way to combine guitar with sex. Or let's say that she loves to read. Find a way to combine reading with sex. For example, I'll eat you out and see if you can focus on the book while I eat you out. Stuff like that. Like there was this girl who knew I loved reading books, so she gave me head while I tried to read a chapter from the book, you see. And because of that, it made me think of her like, holy shit, like she fulfilled a fantasy of mine. Number 17, make her fantasy a reality. Find out what her secret fantasies are that err on the side of the taboo and make it happen. She'll become obsessed with you. A lot of guys are afraid to do role plays. For example, a lot of girls want to have like the rape fantasy. Fucking do that. Find out what her fantasies are. Do that, because if you're able to fulfill her fantasies and do what she loves sexually, she's gonna fucking love that shit. Alright? Not only do you emotionally stimulate her, but you actually become the figment of her imagination. You embody her fantasies. That's fucking amazing. The freakier you are, the better. Number 18, have boundaries. Make sure that she feels your boundaries, because when a woman feels your boundaries, that's when they actually experience you. For example, let's say that a girl visits you from another state and she doesn't want to pay for anything. Fucking tell her, look, we're splitting it in half. I don't care. Like, we're splitting it in half. By saying that we're splitting it in half, yeah, it's kind of awkward, and she may feel awkward, and maybe she didn't expect that. But because you're placing your boundaries on her, and you're stopping her, if she feels your power by placing your boundaries. For example, if she litters and you don't like littering, tell her, actually say, like, I don't like people who litter around me. Just say that. If you say that, she's gonna feel her boundaries. Like, she's like, oh, my bad, I didn't know that. You see, like, it really is a powerful thing. A lot of guys are afraid to do that because it feels like they're gonna lose attraction. That's quite the contrary. Number 19, natural qualifiers. Rather than naturally qualifying a woman, like saying, do you smoke? No, I don't smoke. Oh, okay, that's good. I don't like people who smoke. That they don't feel the qualification. Qualify a woman according to something that you actually love. For example, let's say that you love reading books, right? And if somebody tells you that they don't read books, you can naturally react in a negative way. You don't even need to try to react in a negative way. You just naturally react in a negative way because that's an actual passion. So by having a natural qualifier, like, do you like to read books? By actually caring about the response, they're gonna feel that there's a response that she needs to have. So she says, do you read books? No, I don't read books. Oh, okay. Anyways, by simply doing that, naturally reacting, she's gonna feel that there's a disapproval. She's gonna feel that at a subtle way. Remember, the more subtle your disinterest and your mixed signals, the better. So by subtly communicating that, she's gonna think, what, she doesn't like that? What, he doesn't like that? Remember, you want to make her interpret you, not know you.
Alright guys, so I want you guys to check out my online course called Dark Game. That's right people, Dark Game. And this course is pretty much, I review to you the secret tactics, the secret techniques to create attraction in almost any woman, right? But not just attraction to the point that makes her want to see you all the time, where she's the one initiating all the contact, right? Now just imagine to be able to keep all of the girls in your life that you lost because of your stupidity. Imagine, and I had stupidity too. Imagine being able to keep them. Imagine being able to have 5, 6 women available to you, wanting to see you. Imagine being able to create intense relationships where they're all doing all the work. People, that kind of stuff does exist, people. Now, I'm not gonna promise you that you're gonna bang like 40, 50 women. I'm gonna promise you that you're gonna be able to keep the women you have, that you get with. I can promise you that keeping them will increase with this course. But let me keep showing you something. This course is pretty huge, people. It's a huge course. This course has over 50 videos, right? And some of them you could get for free. If you just sign up, you get free videos, right? But in these videos, let me show you guys the course, right?
All right, guys.
That's me right there, right? In this video, I pretty much teach you guys how to find your purpose. Right? All this is how to find your purpose, discovering your purpose, right? I teach you guys then about female psychology, all of the principles about female psychology you guys need to understand. I then teach you guys the mindset, the proper mindset that you guys need to deal with women. After that, I teach you guys 21 videos on how to game. I mean, it's pretty much unbelievable, man. I gotta make this available, right? But it's unbelievable how many, I pretty much put everything, outer game, social circuit game, strategies, threesomes, foursomes, everything, right? And on top of that, I give you guys a few bonuses: how to overcome approach anxiety, why you can't take actions, a Dickens pattern to change your mentality, how to go from open to transitions, right? 81 minute long, people. This is like, I don't know how long this is, but this is hours, and I mean hours worth of content. And you get a 30-day money back guarantee. I mean, you without questions asked. All for $99, people. This could be around a few thousands, to be honest with you, right? But you guys get it for $99, right? All you gotta do is just go over here, purchase the course, and you'll get access to it. And if you don't like it, you could just message me and get your money back, people. Look, man, don't be hard-headed, people. Don't be hard-headed. This is the course that you guys need, right? It gives you guys everything. I cover everything. I can promise you, man, you're not gonna get a more in-depth course on how to attract women and keep them more than this. All right. Anyways, people, check it out. 30-day money back guarantee. There is no risk, and you can get the free course. You can get the free trial. The free trial are these videos that you get for free, right? You guys could just sign up. You could watch all of these videos for free, right? And you don't have to pay. All right. Anyways, I'll see you guys inside. I want to see you guys inside because again, people, you can't lose nothing. There's a 30-day money back.